And so she decides, quite rationally it seems to her, to take her wedding fund, a fund apparently accrued since puberty, and rent a dilapidated 19th century manor with no internet access.
To play dress up as a dead poet, a dead, reclusive poet. Who does that? It's like deciding your life solution is to become, I don't know, Howard Hughes, but with more bonnets.
Context is key. We are, theoretically, discussing Not Quite by the Book by Julie Hatcher, a title which, I might add, is perhaps more literal than intended.
Oh, it's literal, all right. Literally not the book anyone thought they were getting. People wanted You've Got Mail, they got homework with flowers, and 0 emails, just actual physical mail, like cavemen. And don't get me started on You've Got Mail. We still haven't settled our argument about whether Tom Hanks was actually charming or just a manipulative gaslighter. Much like some people I know who insisted Moby Dick was a cheerful romp about whaling regulations.
It was about the human condition. The whale was a metaphor. Unlike Emma Rini here, who seems less metaphor and more, well, a cry for help via historical reenactment.
Cry for help. She's a walking, talking Pinterest board gone rogue. Oh, Emily liked daisies, so I must like daisies. Emily wore white, past the bleach. It's creepy. It's like stalking, but across time. Can you imagine being Emily Dickinson's ghost? Just trying to chill in the afterlife, and this woman is trying on your bonnets and judging your gardening choices. Get a restraining order from the beyond.
I believe the author intended it as a manifestation of Emma's profound burnout and disillusionment with modern
Burnout. Honey, she owned a bookstore. That's the dream. Okay, maybe her family were useless leeches. Dumping it all on her reminds me of my cousin Sharon, always borrowing my shoes and returning them scuffed. Anyway, but ditching it all to live like it's 1880 because you're tired. That's not burnout. That's a psychotic break. And spending the wedding fund. What guy was she saving that for? Abraham Lincoln? She's had it since middle school. That's not foresight. That's deeply weird.
Perhaps it symbolizes her letting go of societal expectations, the prescribed path of marriage.
Oh, please. She just wanted an excuse to wear long dresses and avoid her emails. And the family, oh, we're so worried, but they can't drive 40 miles. 40 miles? I drive further than that for decent tacos. They're terrible. And the sister, Annie. Oh, don't get me started on sisters.
The family dynamics are central to her journey of self-discovery. Her need to stop being a people pleaser.
People pleaser, or just a doormat with an unhealthy obsession. One reviewer called her whiny, and honestly. Yeah, I can't light a fire. Oh, bunnies ate my historically accurate lettuce. Boo-hoo. Learn to use a lighter, woman. And get a fence. It's not rocket science. It's 19th century living, apparently. And the love interest, Davis, what was his personality? Grumpy and has tools.
He represents stability, a connection to the physical world she's trying to embrace. Though I concede, his character felt somewhat underdeveloped, like a handsome plot device.
He was wallpaper. Handsome wallpaper, maybe, but still wallpaper. You know who wasn't wallpaper? Emily Dickinson. Mentioned every other page. Emily did this. Emily thought that. We get it. She likes Emily Dickinson. It's like being trapped in a lecture by the world's most intense poetry nerd.
Which brings us to the inevitable question. Setting aside the intense character study, is Not Quite by the Book actually any good? Reviews are, shall we say, polarized. One 5-star review breathlessly declared, "If you aren't engrossed in your own self-reflection after this book, you must not be alive."
H.A. Alive. I was barely conscious, another reviewer said, and I quote, "The slow burn was way too slow," and someone else wailed late, "You literally only see them together at the very last chapter and no epilogue." Can you imagine? It's like climbing Mount Everest and finding a participation trophy at the top. Where's the payoff? People wanted romance. They got flower arranging and existential dread.
It is marketed somewhat misleadingly. The romance is decidedly subtle. Hallmark movie level, as one critic put it, though another praised the sweetness.
Sweetness. There was zero smut, negative spice. My grandma's knitting group has more heat. We got a fake listener email here, Dear Heart Book Radio. I started this book when my goldfish was young. By the time they finally kissed, Skippy was floating upside down. Thanks for nothing. P.S. Still no epilogue. See, people are mad.
I wouldn't go that far. The self-discovery themes resonated with some mom. The idea of disconnecting, of finding one's voice. It has merit. Even if the execution, particularly the relentless Dickinson focus, felt excessive. It grew tiresome.
Tiresome, huh? It was exhausting. I skimmed, I admit it. One poor soul reviewed it saying, frustrating and bad book that I can't believe I actually finished. I felt that in my soul. If Emma were a sandwich, what would she be?
What? If Emma were a sandwich. Perhaps unsalted butter on dry toast. Trying desperately to be profound, but ultimately just bland.
Yes, exactly, dry toast. See, you get it sometimes.
Right? Well, final verdicts. Despite my reservations about the pacing and the Dickinson saturation, I appreciate the attempt at exploring burnout and self-reinvention. I give it 5 existential crises out of a possible 7 garden bunnies.
Are you kidding me? Bunnies. No. This book was a bait and switch. It promised cozy romance, delivered a weird history lesson with a side of whining. No epilogue. I give it 2 out of 10 dead poets who just want to be left alone.
Completely contradictory, as usual.
Consistency is boring, unlike next week's book, The Sentient Stapler of Sector 7G, which sounds completely unhinged, and I am here for it.
Until then, keep those pages turning. Or don't. This has been Heart Book Radio.